Hello, Wave Country. I'm John Ramsey, and welcome to the Feel Good Friday edition of Wave 3 Listens Live. Let's take a look at the rundown today. Oh, we've got a nice show for you. We have a fundraiser coming up for Kosar Children's Hospital at Wick's Pizza. They're generous, they're compassionate, and the pizza is delicious. The Junior League of Louisville's Tulips and Juleps Art and Gift Market, they have a little bit of everything. Exercise, drinks, food, art. We'll talk about that. And we also have some feeding options for your new baby. And Copper and King's American Brandy Distillery, which is located right here in Louisville. Joe Heron is with me now, and let's talk about American Brandy. Joe, welcome to the show. I have heard so many nice things about your distillery. Welcome to the show.
I've never been called a feeding option for babies, though.
No, this is a little different, a little different. Yeah, this would not be a feeding option.
But Wick's Pizza, I'm in. I'm all in. I love those pizzas. That's why I look like I do.
You look fantastic. Oh, I want to talk about this brandy. Here's my initial question. You call it American Brandy.
Yeah.
What's the difference between American Brandy and European Brandy?
I think that what we're much more influenced by is American whiskey and American music than we are by, say, cognac. Our style is much more reminiscent of the feisty rambunctiousness that you'll get in a bourbon or something, where you have the good bite and spice in the mid-palate, but you're getting that signature brandy smoothness and length of finish. So that's how we do it. How we make it is a little different to what you'd probably see in cognac. I mean, we have a lot of rock and roll involved in building American Brandy. So,
yeah, and you're not just kidding about that. There is rock and roll involved. By the way, folks, the distillery is located in Butchertown, and from what I understand, I have to visit. It's beautiful, and you do offer tours, right?
We do. We offer tours, and coming up in summer from April, 7 days a week. Right now, it is Thursday through Monday. Starting at 10 and finishing in the early evening, 4 to 5 o'clock in the evening. We're
going to take a look at some video here. There's some information there up on the screen. We encourage you to go now. If you love good brandy, this is a little bit different. This is pretty sophisticated, and we're going to do a little taste testing here. But we're showing you some video now. This is the building now. Look how beautiful. And I want to see some of these. Now, this is before. This is before you got a hold of it, right, Joe?
This is when we lost our minds.
We lost our minds.
This is when Louisville had its charm on us, and
everyone loves
magic.
It's a beautiful area, Butchertown. So you brought it back to life. You're giving it something of significance in that there's a rich history, as you know, in Louisville, not only of bourbons but beer, and now brandy, right?
Yeah. Well, you know, in Kentucky, there's a huge history of brandy in the state. One of the first commercial winery in America was located in Kentucky, and people don't know that. But in the 1800s, there were over 400 exclusively brandy distilleries in Kentucky and 100 distilleries that were making whiskey and brandy. What people don't know about American Brandy is the first documented recording of brandy, of spirits in America was in 1640, and it was brandy. That was 8 years before rye and 180 years before bourbon. So brandy is actually the original American spirit.
Wow.
And so people,
now,
and Kentucky has a big history in that.
You are obviously very knowledgeable. You're a connoisseur. So if I go there for a tour, can I get that kind of information? Do you show
We
folks
do.
around?
We have really good tour guides. It's very friendly, informal, relaxed. With the guides know their stuff. They'll take you through the stills and copper pot distillation, the philosophy. The process of distillation is the same for whiskey and brandy, and we're all huge fans of Kentucky's native spirit.
Wow.
But what I will tell you is whiskey is a process of extraction and purification to palatability, and brandy is a process of retention and concentration. So there's slight philosophical differences, but we age all of our brandies in Kentucky bourbon barrels, God bless them, and we mature them with rock and roll, and we play music to our barrels 24/7.
Yes. You see, now, you think he's just throwing that out there. We age our brandy to rock and roll. Tell me exactly, or kind of.
How that works. I'll keep, so what we're trying to do is pulse a baseline into the spirit so that the alcohol molecules move away from the base, and when they collide with the barrel wall, they have to come back. So it creates this double wave, and it enhances maturation because you have more frequent contact with the wood.
Wow.
And it's cool, and happy brandy makes happy drinking.
This is interesting stuff. Okay.
You have to try some.
Which I want to do here. So which would you recommend? If I'm a novice, don't know a lot about it, like a little bit of whiskey and bourbon, but I'm not a huge drink. Now, brandy does attract me. So which one would you recommend?
You know, I'm going to, for you, John, and it's Friday afternoon, and we're going to drink a little bit of Butchertown brandy, because I think it's probably the most interesting American-style brandy that's been done in decades. And it's really, this is a brandy that's driven out of a philosophy of using the tools of bourbon to make great spirits. So we're going to get some ice, because we don't do brandy sniffers, we do ice.
Okay.
This is America. We drink our booze with ice. So this is Butchertown. It's a little strong. It's 124 proof. But you will see the smoothness of brandy come through and shine through. And you're actually drinking brandy in world-famous, world-class Butchertown rocks glasses, which have the map of Butchertown etched on them.
The color is beautiful, but from what I understand, there's nothing added, no coloration, everything's natural.
So we're non-chill filtered, no additives, we come out of the barrel full integrity intact in the same way as bourbon does. To Friday. Yeah, and to Louisville, thank you for everything you've done for us.
To my new friend Joe, here we go. Ooh.
So very smooth for the high proof. You're getting a full-bodied flavor. You're getting a lot of caramel, a lot of honey, and a lot of whiskey notes that would be very familiar to a bourbon drinker.
Absolutely delicious. Now, do they go to your distillery if they'd like to try some of your product? Is it available anywhere other than your distillery?
Of course, it's available all through the state. So you can get it at Liquor Barn, you can get it at Old Town, you can go up to Covington and get it at Party Sauce, or you can go all around. So, and then you can have it at Doc Rose, or you can have it at Lemu, or I can go on. I mean, we have fabulous support in this city. If you want an old-fashioned, Doc Rose is the place to go. If you want something super interesting and creative, I think Jeremy Johnson does a lovely job at Meadow. And I think Marie at the Butchertown Grocery is an exceptional mixologist. This is a great town for mixology and cocktails now. It's almost one of the best that you will go to anywhere.
Is that why you chose Louisville? Because of the history here, Joe?
You know, we chose Louisville because we were making American brandy, and we wanted to be in the heart of American distilling, and we wanted to reference that culture and that talent. To be honest, there's a lot of skills. But we've been doing a lot of business in Louisville for a long time, and it almost felt like home. I mean, we left South Africa in '95. I tell you, this is the first time that we felt that we reached home. And we love it. We were not going to live in Louisville. We were just going to commute in, and you'll never get us out.
We don't want you out, Joe. I like your style. Yeah. The accent. Where are you from originally? You're obviously not from Okolona. Or...
No, I'm from the far south. I'm from the very, very far south, from South Africa originally. So Leslie and I are from South Africa. We left in '95 and lived in England, Sweden, and then in Minnesota. And the only thing I'll say is that Louisville kind of cheated me a little bit. I thought I was getting palm trees, and I've got snow, I've got mosquitoes. What's going on? You guys?
It's a little bit different than you thought, huh?
It is. That's why we brought brandy to you, just so that we could change the pace a little.
All right. Joe, I have enjoyed the time I have spent with you. We're going to throw the information up on the screen now. Also, a little added benefit. If you ride your bike to your distillery, half price?
You get half price off your tour. We're very focused on conservation and sustainability, and we have a monarch butterfly garden. We have repurposed shipping containers, solar power, but we really love cyclists, and this city is becoming a good cycling town, and we want to be part of that. And so half price off, and bring your bike, bring your friends, come and hang out. There's more to come from Copper and Kings.
All right, Copper and Kings, once again located in Butchertown. We encourage you to pay them a visit. Coming up, we're going to talk about the Junior League of Louisville, and also we might sip on this just a little bit more. This is delicious, Joe.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We'll
be back. Yes, have a good weekend. Here's to your weekend. We'll be right back. It's Feel Good Friday on Wave 3 Listens Live.